Good evening everybody, my name's Fiona, this is Elio Moon Arts, and tonight this is a bit of an impromptu sort of a video. I had a friend of mine who was asking about how to work with lace. This is just like a, it's probably the size of maybe a postcard. I'm going to make a couple of tall tags out of it, or I can make a couple of journaling cards, but I just thought I'd get on to doing a small one this time, and I've got another sheet there to do a big one. So I'm going to use a quick dry adhesive from Couture Creations because that's my favorite one to work with. I will grab the other bottle because one of them's already started and that one's a new bottle. So first of all, I'm going to grab a few bits of lace, which I have already done. So I have these lace embellishments. And they're sort of like a rubbery type effect, so I might use those near the top. I also have some of these flowers and these butterfly. Oh no, flowers, they're all flowers I've got, I think. So, and I haven't dyed these to be like that vintage look. This is, like I said, this is a bit impromptu for me. I just decided that this is what I was going to do. And these types of things I'll probably put nearer to the top of my work as a more of a focal point. But here is what we've got to work with. So this is, so some of the laces that I'm using, this is a bit of lace curtain. And I need my little spatula tool. This is just a silicone makeup brush thing. And I like these for when I'm working with this type of stuff. So I just run a bit of glue over there, put down my first piece. Just use this brush thing just to stick it on there. And because this is a quick drying glue, it'll stick quite nicely. Okay. Okay, so there's my first bit of lace. Wouldn't mind a little bit more of that just to start me off for the bottom piece. Here's another piece. It's a different, this is another piece of curtain lace, but it's a slightly different one. So I'm just going to put some glue on here again. I don't mind overlapping it over the last one that we've had. Just throw some on there. Just put that on there. This would be nice if you're going to make a nice lace or shabby chic type journal too. These would be lovely going in something like that. I'm just going to make sure there's a little bit on the edge there just so that they'll stay stuck down. Okay, this edge seems to be okay. So, and I've got all sorts of different lace. So this is just another piece that I've got. I'm not sure where I'll use that one yet. I haven't cut any of that down. This is a bit of crocheted lace, which I will be using some of that. These are some more bits of crocheted lace, different coloured crocheted lace. This one's a little bit of elasticy type lace. I've got a few different colours. I've got this beautiful eyelet lace. Really like that one as well. I've got a few bits of that. What else have I got here? Let me have a look. So I've got these bits of lace. So I've got a little packet with a few bits in it. A few different colours. Some more eyelet lace, slightly different colour to the last one that I showed you. This is almost, I'd say I used to make garters and things out of this one, and I really quite like it. It's really pretty. So that might be going closer to the top layers. So like I said, I'm just digging out of my lace box. I pulled a few bits out. I really like this one. And this is just like some little daisies, which I thought were really pretty. I've had in my stash for a while. This is some other lace that I've had. This one's a little bit of lace curtaining as well. So let's just start laying some of this stuff down. And you could use a cross between lace and material if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be all lace. I have thought about maybe doing a sewn one where you sew all your lace onto your piece, and I still might put some sewing on this one. Yep. Let's get my little spatula thing and spread that out. Okay, so now I've got the base of my card mostly covered. Now I'm going to start doing some layering, and this will be really a shabby chicy type look that we'll get out of this. Oops. Okay, so what are we going to add next? I think maybe a bit of this. Cut off a couple of pieces of this, maybe 3 bits, put them on. This is really fine crocheted doily of some sort. It's very pretty. One of the reasons I like to use this adhesive for these types of projects is because it dries really quickly. Put that one up there. And there's a right and a wrong side to your crochet, so make sure you're checking to see which one's the right side. That's the right side, that's the wrong side. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes if you might like it on the wrong side rather than the right side. It's always a possibility too. You could also make these into some nice pockets to go into your journal. Okay, is that still running? I don't know what happened there. I'm just going to push this over here. Hopefully I'm not getting out of the camera's view. Okay. This one up over here. Okay. Now also on this postcard thing, it was actually a bit of collage. It was just a base of a collage thing that I was doing, and so it's got bits of blue that I still don't want to lose. I still would like that to pop through as this goes along, and it's got little bits of what do they call it, book page and things like that. A little bit of this heavier lace we might put on this one as well. Right side, wrong side. Okay. I'm trying not to think about it too much. I'm just trying to do it. Okay. This one on here. Let's see what we got in here. And I might start throwing some of this peachy one in. Might put that across there. Sorry, I'm very quiet here doing this. I'm really concentrating on what I'm putting down. Just making sure I've got the right side. How's everybody been anyway? I haven't been on for a little while again. I'm thinking this is going to go into that Couture Creations journal that I've been creating. I've actually been really busy lately, so I haven't done a lot of crafting for a little while, other than a few bits that I'm in a few groups with that I did. Okay, what else do we have? Maybe a bit of pink, maybe not. Well, that might be nice. Might be a nice piece to put on there later on. Maybe another piece of this doily up here. That's the back. So I hope you've all had a nice weekend. I've had a very quiet one this week, although I've had a friend drop in this, couple of friends drop in this morning and have a cuppa, which was really lovely to see. One of them in particular I hadn't seen for a little while, and it was really nice to catch up. Okay. Okay, I think, do I want another piece of that heavy one on there? Maybe a different shape, maybe a bit of this. So I'm going back to this lace here, this quite a vintagey looking lace, and it's got some little leaf type designs on it. So yeah, I think I like that. Oops, come back over here. Put that one on there like that. Might need just a little dab underneath there. I think what I'm going to do once this is done, I think I might actually run a few stitches through it. Bit more on this side. Not that I have to, but I really do like the effect that it gives when you do that with it. That's the right side. Let's push that on there with my little tool. Really starting to take shape now. Okay, what have we got here? Maybe not that one. So what I'm trying to think about is how am I going to cut? If I'm going to make two tall tags, I'm going to cut it down the middle here. Do I want something that's sitting on either side? Do I want something across the bottom? Do I want a flap on the top? So that's sort of what I'm thinking about at the moment. And I'm just wondering whether some of this garter type lace might look nice across here. And perhaps if I sew that on, it can become a little pocket for both of them. So I could do a stitch down here. So I might just cut off a piece of that to do that. And then I'm going to stitch that piece on there, and that'll make a pocket for both of them. Yep, I think that's what I'll do with that. I'm also thinking this little daisy trim, if I can find the end, would be nice. Or an end of it. Okay, let's move this stuff out of the way now. I'm still trying to find the end. We will get there eventually. Oh, there we go. So I'm thinking maybe this daisy trim might be nice across this top piece. I'm just going to cut that off there. Sorry, hand's probably in your way of seeing what I'm doing. Okay, we're back again. Sorry about that, my alarm just went off. Okay, I've got to figure out which is the front, which is the back now. Okay, that's the front, this is the back. So I'm just going to put a line of glue across the top here. And you could really go crazy with this and put a lot more layers on it, but I don't want it too thick because I want it to fit nicely into one of my journals. So now I'm just going to grab this, I'm going to pop it on here. Sure it's sitting across the top there nicely. And pop all those little bits down. Okay. I'm not sure whether I want any more on here or not. I've only got a couple of spaces down here that I'd like to fill. Maybe a bit of this violet trim. That's pretty. I could work up along there. Okay, close that up for a minute. Yep, that's the right way. Just going to push that bit of eyelet trim on there. Oops. This is a very sticky job, working with the lace. But like I said, if you're somebody who sews, you could actually sew this all the way. You know, just sew each layer on if that's what you would like. And I'm just going to cut this piece off. I think I want maybe a piece of this on the bottom. I wonder what other ones we've got. Just wondering whether a piece of that might look nice across the bottom, and then when we put our pocket over, yeah. Do I want to put something on that side before I put that on? Okay, what else have we got here? Oh, that's a nice one. So this is a smaller eyelet trim. So I'm going to pop it down along this side. Okay. And obviously this is just one way of doing it, and this is just the way that I've chosen to do it. I'm sure there are probably lots of other ways. There's other ways that I can think of to do it as well, but at the moment this is what I wanted to do, so that's what we're working with. Okay. Okay, I'll just trim that one off. Let me trim a few of these other pieces off too while we're at it. Trim that top as well. There we go. I'll have to clean my scissors. Sorry about that noise. Sounds like my husband's dropped something in the kitchen. I'm just thinking there might be, I know what we'll do. We will put something. So I'm going to put this piece on the bottom to go across here. And then I'm going to put then I'll stitch this one on. I'm not going to actually glue this one. I'm going to stitch this one on as the pocket. Push that onto there. Fingers are getting stuck. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to let this dry, and then I'll come back and we'll stitch the pocket, the piece of garter lace that I'm going to use for the pocket. And I'm thinking once I've cut these, then we can decide on whether or not we want to do, well, we can put on some detail-y bits. Like I've got this beautiful piece of lacy ribbon with a bit of chiffon on it, which might look pretty on it. Maybe go in a couple of pieces on it somewhere as a focal point. I've got those flowers that I mentioned before. I've got those butterflies. I've got some different coloured lace as well. Yeah, I've got more than that page. I've got pinks and got this trim with a bit of gold in it. I've got this piece of trim that has some sort of like a reflective, multicoloured, opally type of look. So there's a bit there that we can choose from, and when I come back we will do that. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I've dried this off pretty much now with my heat gun. It's all feeling pretty good. I'm really liking it, and now I can't decide on whether I want to cut it this way or lengthways. I think I'm going to stick to my original plan of lengthwise. So I'm going to turn it up this way. And I'm just going to cut. One's going to be real narrow, one's not going to be not quite so narrow. Now these are Tim Holtz scissors. I'm going to say for crafting, these are probably one of the best scissors I've ever used. They handle beautifully. That wasn't very straight, that one. And they go through everything. It's really been, it's a real pleasure to actually use these ones. I've been very happy with them. Worth spending those extra few dollars that I did on them. That's straight now. This one's still not straight. I'm just straightening these up because, as you may all know, I don't cut very straight. Oh God. I know they're going to make a liar out of me. They've cut through this before and I haven't had any problems, but that's better. Okay, so these are our two pieces now. So these are going to be our two tags. Now I can decide on what I would like to have on the top. Do I want to add more lace? I'm thinking on both sides of this, perhaps I would like some more trim. Do I want another piece of trim on this side, like so? And I might do the same on the other one. I'm going to cut that up about there for that one. But I think this time I'm going to just stitch these on, because I am going to take this over to the sewing machine. Like I said, you don't have to stitch this. You can actually do this with just glue. It's just that I like the stitched look, and I do have a sewing machine here, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now I've got to decide on what I'm going to put on. Do I want these flowers? I do like that. How pretty is that? That's pretty nice. Just wondering whether I'd like a piece of this, maybe up the top here. Yep, I think I like that one too. So I'm going to add that as a bit of a focal point. Okay, I'm going to don't look at my messy art room at the moment. I've been busy with lots of different things and haven't finished any of them at the minute. So I'll just move this out of the way. Close my computer lid there, and I will turn my, okay, excuse me, I'm just going to turn this around so you're over at my my sewing machine. I don't know whether I can get you in any closer than that to my sewing machine. I've just got some green thread in at the moment, and that's what I'm going to use. So first of all, I'm just going to sew down that piece of eyelet lace onto the edge. Get it under there first would be a good thing. Okay, that's better. See how we go. No, I've lost my thread. Okay. Murphy's Law, isn't it? Okay. I could have sworn that wouldn't have worked normally. Get it threaded in the first one. Let's go to this edge. We'll go here. Pull the needle in. Just going to run a few lines. Oh, I've just done my thread again. I'm just going to run a few lines up and down this one and see how I like it. What I just did then was I didn't pull my cotton out far enough, and so it's de-threaded the needle. Okay, got that in there. So yeah, I'm just going to run some threads up and down this one and see how I like it. So I think that's what I want to do on here. Here that way. No, they'll be long enough. Yep. That looks good. So some of the laces I just haven't caught it with the glue enough, and so I'm just having to push it down so that it goes like again, and one more line, and that should just about do this one. Now I'm just going to stitch on our motif. So this is the motif that I'm going to put on this one, and it's because this is quite a narrow cut, I'm just sort of going to put it in about the center, or maybe just a little off center up here. So I'm just going to stitch that piece on. And I've just stitched that just through the center of it because I wanted to have these pieces so that they would be able to be flicked up, just because that's the way I like it. Now I'm just going to grab that piece of garter lace. So this is our piece of garter lace. I'm just going to cut it wide enough for our little pocket on the bottom. For this one, and I'm just going to stitch that on. My needles in. Just going to put that piece over a bit, that's it. Okay. So I'm just going to turn yours all back around here. I don't think I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other one, so I don't think you need to see it twice. So here is our little tag. I do have a few strings standing on here. Don't mind that there's a few strings on here. I will cut some of them, but I'm pretty much going to leave them on there. I like that bit of grunginess that a few strings adds. And so now we have a little pocket here that we could, let me have a look, see what ephemera I've got. So I've been making a few smaller tags. So I thought maybe this one would fit in here. That one's still a little bit big. I have to find one of my smaller ones again. Where did I put all those little ones? Down here. Okay. So I've got these little ones, which would look nice in there. I've got the taller one in there as well. And there you go. We've got our little tag. I am going to put a bit of this, I might just do that right now so that you can see. I'm going to just put a little bit of this lace up as a hanger onto my tag. Don't know whether I should just do, yeah, I think I'm going to just put it like that and make a little loop with it and just pop it on the back of my tag. And there we go. We have one lace tag, and I think that looks beautiful actually. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Okay guys, I'm just going to go pop this over at the machine again. I'll just pop these out and I'll put this lace on, and then I'll come back and we'll put it all back together. Sorry you can't see me this time, but we will it's no different to what I did before. Okay, that was a very quick job. So now we have our little topper thing, so I'm going to pop this one in. Did I put that one in? No, not that one, this one. This one and this one, I think. And there we go. Now we have our, oops. Now we have our beautiful little tag, our lace tag. I hope you've enjoyed this. Look guys, at the moment, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer anybody's questions that they may have. I hope you have a go at this, and if you do, go on to, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, if you find Elio Moon Arts on either of those platforms, I'd love to see a photo of what you create with yours. I like these. These are pretty grungy and very shabby chicish. Just something that I like. I'm just hoping that you all enjoyed this. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.